We didn't in the sense any query that what we deal through execute non-query, we have given data from the application to the table. Now we are doing a reverse activity. From the table we are getting, but not the total table, one element of the table we are getting. In that connection, there are several queries to find, like count or a particular element, or there are something like a substring which is having this value, student which is having an extension whose name is having ROW, or whose name is having Raju. Find a name which has some words, which is bringing us one element of data. Whenever it is getting one element of data, then we may need to go for execute scalar. So simple. Okay. So execute non-query, we saw some query sample queries we have taken. To check execute scalar also, we have to take some sample queries and let us check it. For that reason, I have prepared a window like this. So once if you just see the window of execute scalar, purpose is like this. When you enter some data in column 1, that is 1011 or 1012 or 1013, some numerical data that what this column 1 is having. Anyhow, you know the data what column 1 is having. You can have a look here. 1011, 1012, 1013, 1015. Enter any data among this. Then it is going to give us column 3 value. That means if I enter a student roll number, I have to get the percentage of the student. That's what my expectation. So then in that connection, column 3 value of 1011 is 90.11. So column 3 value of 1013 is 98.33, some value. Let us just come back here, and what is the another button that what we had? First button, if I click, execute scalar will work and finally brings us the data from the database, column 3 value of the specified column 1. Second thing is about column count. If I click on the count, no need of any entry of column 1, so directly it has to get the total number of records available in the database. So simple, in the database of the table. So in either of these two queries requires one thing, retrieval is required, but only the selected data. So for that reason, what is the work that what we generally do? From the beginning, same flow. Let us go to view code. Establishment of connection. We already worked with establishment of connection in the past program. So the same connecting to the database, that code I just want to get it this time into the scalar. Double click on the form load will come. In the form load, let us write the same code that what we had before. That code is speaking all about one simple thing, that is establishing a connection to the database. Now when the connection is created, that means in general for the connection to get created, we need to use a namespace as well. System.data.sql client semicolon. Save the things. Now just see, we have created a connection, we have created an SQL command as well. We have opened the connection, made ready for sending queries to the database and get some data. Now the command object is created. Now with this knowledge, I want to make use of this button. Let us see what is the name this button is having. This button is having a name where that name is btn get call 3. So double click on this button, then event handler, and there is one more button, get column count as well. Double click on that. Now in both the things we need to work with execute scalar, a simple one. Now let us work with execute scalar related get column count. There is a query that what we understood from the database, that we can get the number of columns or number of records available in the database table. How can we get? Means by just using a query select asterisk from the table that what we had, that is what table 1. When you have a table 1, all the records from the table 1 will come. No, I just want to say the count of that particular total records. I just want to ask, like, what is the count of the total tables? So for this query to get executed, we need a connection to be opened. So we have created a connection and we opened the connection, and a command is object is right available in front of us. Now the query that what we had is select the total number of columns, record in a table. So I want to execute this query. In this, is there any parameter? Means no parameter, everything is fixed, query is fully complete. Now this query I want to execute. You are having a command object in your hand, and you know that command object needs a command text. That means the query that what it needs to deal with. Point number 1. Number 2 is it has to ask for what is the connection, under what I have to run this particular query. And number 3, third step is to execute this particular query. So for that reason we are having scalar in our hand, and execute non-query is the previous topic. This topic is scalar, so we have used scalar. And once if we got succeeded in, that means once if you get, you see the nature of a scalar. Scalar is you see the written type of scalar, it is getting as an object form. That means whatever we are asking is the number of records in a table. So we are getting it something. So what I do is I just want to convert into to string, okay, and then I want to take a string ack and attach that into this. Now when you ack is having the number of records that are present in the table, so we can use a message box to deal with. So message box dot show off, we can able to write some kind of logical work of acknowledgement. That means the number of records are present in table 1. That means 6 records are present in table 1. That is the message that what we are expecting. So 7 records or 5 records are present in table 1. So that's what the answer we are expecting. For that reason, so let us please execute. Whenever we are executing this one, we need home form should be filled with a button. What is that button? That button has to invoke our window first. So what is our window? Our window is execute scalar. So execute scalar is the text that what we had. Obviously, what is the button name that what we had means the same name. So let us put the button name as btn exe scalar, and now double click on this button and create an object, because that is the button that what we have copied, no? So let us do one thing, remove the event handler for that button first and add a new event handler. Double click on this button again, a fresh event handler will come into the picture, and we know that execute scalar is a the thing that what we are using. Okay, so execute scalar object I want to create, and that will create a window, but that window should be shown presented before us by just calling show. Now let us run this one. Then we got a home form first, and then click on execute scalar, then we got the window. In the window, don't touch the above controls, last control get count, click on it. 5 records are present in the table is the message pop up. Either you want to get like this, or you want to fill this label which is available here. So that is the different ways we can write the code. Now for a while I just want to comment this particular message box thing, and I want to attach that particular acknowledgement to the label that is available. There is a label get column count. Count label is there. It is having an attribute text, and I want to attach this particular acknowledgement that what I got from the database into that label. Now what happens, instead of a separate message box, we will get the response there itself as column count is 5. I'm sorry, records count is 5. Totally there are 5 records available in the database. Now it is 5, and now what I just want to do is, if I just in the runtime delete a record by myself, that means I can right click and I can edit the 200 records, and the last record that what I'm having, I want to delete that last record. Yes, I want to delete. Now application is still under running. Then I came and I clicked on this one. Then I came to know that in the runtime, even though there are some changes in the database, that will be reflected to our application. So no need of restarting application or something like that. Every time you initiate that particular work, command object which is already been created in the form load be used, and execute scalar will use the command object, connection object and the query, and then it calls execute scalar and communicates the database again and again. It's not something it got the data into our hand and only be used. It is every initiation that what we do to the window, so we'll go to will make it as a database transaction. So that should be so clear. So in SQL command, the nature of SQL command is whatever you do in the runtime, if any changes in the reflection, if any changes that what we had in the database, that will be reflected into our application as well. Okay, that is point number one. Number two, now we are having one more button whose name is get column tree, and we have to enter some data in column 1, and I want to get the data for column 3. For that reason we need to write a code. Let us come to the database, let us come to the application and open the design of this particular things, and you know that you are having a name of this particular button as get call 3, btn get call 3. Double click on this, you had a space to write the code, and the above code exactly, you can below code exactly you can copy here with a small correction. So the code that what I just want to write over here, a command that what I want to write over here is select call 3 from table 1, where I want to take a value of column 3 whose column 1 is call1 parameter I have attached. Now we need a parameterization topic again back. That means in the query something is in the runtime, it will decide, in the sense it changes, value changes. So okay, then for that reason, so we can take a text box is there in our hand, the text box value I want to get it into our things like C1 is equal to, there is a text box txt call1, and text is brought into that C1. Once if we had the text in your hand, before execution the command object should be filled with parameters dot add with value of what is the value you want to attach at what parameter. So in double quotes at the rate call1 taken from C1 over, that's it. Now you see at the rate of call1 which is taken from a variable C1, which in turn is nothing but of text box data. Now if you execute this query, yes, the same query which is having parameters, so please execute, that scalar will be called and you will get an acknowledgement. That acknowledgement is nothing but of column 3 data. That column 3 data should be filled to a label that is not a count label, get call 3 label is there. Please attach this particular return, whatever you got from the database is call 3, attached to the relevant label. So we had one more label in the design, that is what about this one, whose name is lbl get column 3, which will hold the data. So now you just use Ctrl F5. The moment you use Ctrl F5, you are having something like execute scalar. Click on this and then 1011, and then click on get column count. You got 98.11, 1012, 1012. Column 1 is already been declared. Oh, sorry. So whenever we need a change in the data, so get column 3. So but what happens, freshly whenever we are changing the data, so it is asking like it's already been given initial value by something else, so we have to write some small correction in the code. So get column count also, the same command object we are using now, so that's the reason we are getting this trouble. So now execute scalar 1014, either you can do like that or get a column so and so one single object we are using for both the purpose. So you do one thing, a separate call command object, you cut the things, and you know, here you add it, and here also whenever you come into the function, so above the query that what we had, so we can one more time we can prepare a first command object. So get column count, it's 4, so 1011, and it will get the things. Well, the thing is only one object is available, no? So now that object is already been initialized with some data, so it is saying like when we understood the error, so then we can do the what correction it is required. So when we are writing the code, we had a statistics and we are writing the code, but in connection to the architecture there is some loophole is there, so that we eliminated. So errors will come in the runtime. So whenever we are getting an error, so let us read the error carefully. It may not directly speak to us what is the trouble, but we have to think like what may happen, so based on the error it is describing. Now when I change the value also, it is getting reflected, because every time it communicates to a new command object, so that means the initialization is required every time, because query is getting changed, parameterized query, so it is getting changed every time. So now this is the topic that is giving clarity on what means on scalar function always speaks about to one simple thing. Scalar can able to get one element of data from the database table. That is so simple. One element, either you can mention it as qual3 from the database table, or you can get a count, or you can get whatever, one element only we can get at most. We can't get more than one element. Okay, that is our today's topic of execute scalar from SQL command object. So SQL command is a library present in ADO libraries, and in that two operational behavior of two functions are being discussed from the past two sessions, that is execute non-query and execute scalar we have finished. There is a forthcoming topic that what we have to see in the tomorrow session, that is execute reader. Execute reader is dealing with the reading of data from the database table of a huge, that means the total data we can get it, a table of total table data or a subset of table data, or you can take that bulk data and bring it into our control. So what is the control that holds it? So is a thing like what is the control that helps us to deal with is something like grid view. Okay, so we need a query, additional query that what we had in order to deal with that particular topic. So the topic is about reading data in a huge total tabular data. When we have completed the topic of execute reader, we can say that almost the basic queries that what we need to speak with the database have been handled. So either insertion or updation or deletion or selecting data, getting the data from the database, or so almost all the basic queries are being handled. Even the creation of a table also, when we want to create a table from into a database, no doubt we can create it by just using execute non-query, because execute non-query deals with the queries that will reflect something to the database. So creation is something, such a kind of query. You try as an assignment that create is working, creating a table, you try by yourself. So how to create a table by just using execute non-query. So you please try this one as an assignment, and we'll continue the topic of execute reader in the next session. Thank you.